Hey guys, thanks for joining last minute stream. But as you know, I always do these streams after the games. Now, what a roller coaster of emotions. I am still like processing what I've just witnessed and what happened. I know we're probably all going to want to watch like the games that are going on. So if you prefer to do that, just let me know. But I mean, I just feel like I need some therapy, some football therapy, as my friend Yan would say, because it was a long day. I mean, I went into this game with zero expectations, and I said on, I think it was yesterday. What day is it? Yeah, yesterday when Matisse was on the channel, I was like, I really don't have high expectations for this game. I just want to grind out a win. I don't care how we do it. I just want to get a win. And I mean, I knew that the selection was going to be interesting, to say the least. I knew that there was going to be a lot of rotation. And I think the thing that we have to keep in mind is that we literally have our three midfield starting players out. They are out. That is extremely difficult to sort out. Imagine, I don't know, imagine like Liverpool have like Mane, Salah, and Jota out. Imagine, like, that's kind of like the level that we're facing right now. And we saw last year Liverpool struggled with injuries as well. We're struggling with injuries now. It was difficult. Reece James. So let's just go over the starting 11 ish, so to speak. Callum Hudson-Odoi at right wing back, Saul at left wing back, and then a back three of Aspie, Christensen, and Sarr, resting Rudiger, resting Thiago Silva, Kepa in goal. Not surprised there. Midfield pivot of Ross Barkley and Reece James, and then a front three of Lukaku, Werner, and Mason Mount. That yeah, the front three made sense at least. To be fair to Tuchel, what can you do? What can you really do in that situation? And guys, I know that it's disappointing to see this, but he had said in his press conference, like, the big game is against Leeds on Saturday, and we're not going to have like any time to prepare for it because we're traveling to St. Petersburg, and then we have all of these injuries. So he had to rotate a lot, and we're prioritizing the Premier League because we already qualified for the next stage of the Champions League. And obviously you want to get a win, you want to top the group. But like we saw, just to add some positivity, like we saw last year, topping the group doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have an easy game. We played Atletico Madrid, second in the group, I think. So far, PSG is second, Inter second, Atletico is also second. So it's not like you are guaranteed to have an easy game when you finish first in your group. But I think overall, just the performance was sad and disappointing. I missed the first 15 minutes of the game because I was having trouble logging in to my Paramount Plus account, and I finally got it working. Apparently, we were super dominant for the first 10 minutes or so, and then the part that I did get to see, it was just all Zenit control. Unfortunately, I'm smiling because if I don't smile, I will just cry. So I just felt, let's go through it. The midfield was non-existent. Reece James was playing on his own, essentially. Saul at left wing back didn't work. I felt that he was like, I don't know. You have Sarr next to him, who's not going to be providing as much coverage as the likes of Rudiger are going to be. But then you also, like, you have Sarr, you have Barkley, you have Saul. Like, that left-hand side is that was just a weak left-hand side. He's in a new position as well. The team hasn't played together. Like, let's remember, like, we can't expect it to just click like that because the team doesn't have much chemistry together, but they were just completely overrunning our midfield, overrunning our defense. I thought that Christensen had a shocking game. I don't know what's going on. I can only imagine that it's the contract talks, and it's just like, at this point, he should sign it or he should not. But for his peace of mind, for the club's peace of mind, so we know which way it's going to go, just make a decision, because I really don't think that he has been good since like that public pressure kind of came out, since like Tuchel not like criticized him, but yeah, criticized him and talked about him in the press. It just seems that his head hasn't really been in it. I didn't think that Sarr had a good game, but I wasn't really expecting so much from that either. And I don't know. It was just I don't know. I was expecting more. I was expecting more from this game. Timo Werner, on the bright side, had a great game. 2 goals and an assist for Timo Werner. The second goal for him, third goal for us, he actually looked quite confident. I thought that it was a good finish, like somebody who's in better confidence would need that in order to finish that. So I thought he knows what he wants to do when he got the ball, and he did it. So I was very happy about that. But other than that, I didn't think that anybody really played well. Kepa had a good game. The third goal, maybe he could have done a little bit better. It did come out of nowhere. It was a firecracker. So I'm not really blaming too much, but he made a couple of really good saves that kept Chelsea from losing the game. And I honestly thought that we were going to sneak a win. I thought that we were going to sneak a win, but we didn't, and it was just incredibly disappointing. So now let's take a look at like the Champions League table as it stands. So Group A, Man City have topped, PSG have come in second, so we can't draw Man City because they're in the same country as us. Group B, Liverpool have topped Atletico in second, so again, can't play anybody from there. Group C, Ajax have come in first and Sporting have come in second, so we could potentially face Ajax. Group D, Real Madrid, Inter, we could potentially face Real Madrid. Group E, Bayern and have topped, so that's who we could potentially be facing, and then we'll see who qualifies between Barcelona and Benfica. And then Group F, Man United have topped, so we can't face anybody from them. And Villarreal have come in second. And then Group G is literally up for grabs. We'll know in about 2 hours whether it's Lille, Salzburg, Sevilla, even Wolfsburg might be able to take it, like depending on points. So we probably want to hope that we get somebody from Group G, but there's a 50-50 chance now that we get Bayern or Real Madrid. And this Ajax side, they won all 6 of their games. They've looked so strong as well. Let me know in the comments who you would rather face off against. I kind of want to play Real Madrid for no other reason than I live in Madrid, and it would be really great for me personally. And I think we probably could beat them if we have our first team players back fit. And we played them last year. I didn't get to go, and I would love to go to a game and do coverage for you guys from Spain. So just on a personal level, I would like to play Madrid. I'm going to get into your comments now. Jazz says, don't get too angry, guys. Yeah, I mean, it's like so hard not to be, what's the word? Like it's so hard like not to react right away. And I can't think of the word, it's used on Twitter all the time during games like this, but I like to remind myself that this is not our starting 11. We have been absolutely suffering with injuries. The entire midfield is out, and I think it just shows like how necessary, especially N'Golo Kante is, how needed he is. Chelsea have conceded 3 goals in their last 2 games, and obviously we haven't had the same defense and the same midfield either, but that's just like so surprising for the team that we have. But yeah, trying to look on the positive. Hopefully, Kante will come back soon. Kovacic was getting fit until he tested positive for COVID, unfortunately. So I don't know how long he'll be out. At least a week or 2, I'd expect. And then who knows, like the physical side of it. But hopefully we can get Kante and Jorginho back, and I think that's going to make a big difference. Kelvin said Tuchel to blame today. Honestly, I don't think so. Who would you have played? Like we just don't have players. I was trying to predict a starting 11 yesterday, and I couldn't because we just don't have fit players like in key positions. what else would you have played that could have made this work? Like, there's really not much else that we could have done. We were going into this game knowing that we're suffering a lot of injuries. Like I said, I keep saying this, the midfield is out. Like, you have to have a completely new midfield with players who are not used to playing in that position at all. The only thing I will say is maybe Thomas Tuchel could have tweaked the system a little bit. Maybe we don't need to see Callum at right wing back and Reece James in the center. Maybe we could play a back four instead, to maybe go with more of the strengths of the players. I don't know, but that's the only thing that I can think about. I thought again Callum was not good at right wing back. I thought that he was making some like not the best decisions in the final third, and that his final third decision making has to improve. There was one point where he like crossed the ball to an offside Timo Werner instead of just taking it on. And I don't know. I feel like at that point as well, like it's on Tuchel for playing him at right wing back, but it's also on Callum for like saying that he can get a job done at right wing back as well. But obviously, it's not his position, so I don't really expect so much, and nobody really played that well. Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't blame you for being angry. I get it. I mean, why do we always lose? Like, why can't we just like win a game like this? Like just kind of like we don't deserve to win this game, but we win it anyways. And I was thinking as well, like we never score past like the 75th minute. Like, when's the last time we really did that? Like a winner when we need a goal. When's the last time that we really scored past like the 75th minute and then we got a goal and then they scored a banger? Um, yeah, yeah, please for the call in, guys, please be respectful. Otherwise I will have to end the stream and I don't want to do that, so just please be respectful when we do the call in. Alan says, hope we can come out of the rut we've been in the last few matches. It's December, man. Like it's every December we get into this rut. I don't know why. I mean, I do know like there's a ton of fixtures and it's just impossible to deal with. But the thing that worries me is that like other teams like City and Liverpool haven't been slipping. Obviously, again, we've had a lot of injuries, but we still have enough talent in our team that I feel like we should not be conceding so many goals. We should be scoring more. We should be winning these games. And it's a little bit worrying. And I think like we've seen this like mentality issue for years and years and years throughout managers. Like it's always carried on a little bit, and that's the thing that like worries me the most, like how the players are going to deal with this rough patch and hopefully getting out of it. uh Ibrahim says, reminds me of the Ajax game, which was the biggest roller coaster ever. Yes, that was massive. After the Ajax game, well, during halftime of the Ajax game, I was fuming. I was like, how did we concede 4 goals? That's absolutely mad. And then to go on and have Aspie score an offside goal and 5-4, like that was absolutely mad. That was one of the most entertaining games of football I've ever watched. Like if you're a neutral fan watching that, like it must have been amazing because I remember it had everything. Um, I like your positivity. Only 25% chance of facing Bayern. Like if there's one team that I don't want to face, it's Bayern. Like I think that they're probably one of the best teams in Europe. Like Liverpool, City, Bayern, and you could probably throw us in there, but not with our current form. Um, and I feel like Chelsea Bayern could easily be the final of the Champions League. So I really don't want to face them in the round of 16. Like I really, really don't want to. Fahad said, I told you our depth zone, if no use to us, they're good till the training ground. I mean, you just had so many players playing out of position, players who haven't played that much. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Like there's only so much that we can expect from this. Yeah. Well, Lille, Group G for Lille, it could be anybody. It just depends like how that game finishes tonight. D says we need to sign someone in January. Totally agree. I think we need to sign a left wing back, and maybe like another center back as well. And I don't know. I just think like we need the likes of like a Rice, or I can't say his name, but Chichemi. I don't know. Uh, God, I can't think. I can't think straight, you guys. Um, Juve fans are celebrating like they won the UCL. I hope they get PSG. Honestly, like PSG haven't been playing like super super well either. I know I can't believe that Juve won the group. Like I really really thought that we were going to win it. Um, Chuck says, such a frustrating loss. How can Tuchel bounce back from this? I think we have to win the Leeds game. We must absolutely win the Leeds game. We did rest a decent amount of players, but I think that you just put out a super strong starting 11, or the strongest that we possibly can given the injury crisis. And we must win it. I will tell you, I was on the fence about having Marcus Alonso in my fantasy team, and after conceding 3 today, I'm really feeling like I'm going to bench him after this. So maybe if I bench him, we will keep a clean sheet and win the game. Who knows? Like that's my luck. Raphael says, we got this, champions. And thank you, Elle. Thank you. Thank you for the positivity. Cody says, I'm not hurt. I'm just disappointed. I think we can all relate with this. Louis says, our pressing suddenly lacks energy. Is it the lack of physical form or just the quality in our depth? This is a really good question. I think that this is down to a couple of things, like essentially the midfield. Like I just feel like we don't have any cover there. And you have players that aren't used to playing together, so you're not really pressing as a unit. I didn't feel that Lukaku was doing like all that much today either, but it's just like a bunch of players that never play together, so you don't have any really cohesion, chemistry. That's super super important when you're playing a football game. And I think that what Kante brings, what Jorginho brings, what Kovacic brings, especially Kante, like the most of all, I think we're just missing that so much. And especially on that left hand side, so like we're just so open because teams know that we're very vulnerable on that left. That forces whoever's playing in that left center back role, typically Rudiger, to provide more cover so he can't go further up the pitch and press more. And it's just kind of like a chain effect. Not only that, so we don't attack as much through the left, so we attack more through the right. We're becoming a lot more predictable as well. So it's just like I feel like the Ben Chilwell injury has completely changed how we play, because he was just one of our best players. He was scoring a lot of goals, and just what he brought that to the team is so completely unique to what Marcus Alonso brings to the team, and we really had to adapt to Marcus Alonso's limitations and play to him. So I think that that's one of the main reasons. Yeah, I really thought that we were going to get to the win in top group H. I really, really, really did. I mean, either way, like I said, you can get a difficult draw, whether you top the group or not. I guess we'll find. I think on Monday is the draw. But let's see. Andrew says, hi, Ellie, wouldn't look too much into this performance. It's good that Werner stepped up. Yeah, if there's anything that's super good, it's that Timo Werner got 2 goals and an assist. Hopefully that's going to do a world of good for his confidence. I thought that he looked a lot better, especially like I said, that second goal, the finish was very good. So I really liked that from Timo Werner. Spider-Man says, I'm not scared of buying, honestly, revenge for how they embarrassed us in 2019. In 2019, I was not expecting anything from that match, like not anything. They were so clearly miles ahead of us, and I feel like now we could go toe-to-toe with them, but if we have our squad fit, and I really hope by the time February comes, we do. Like I said, I'm really hoping for Real Madrid so that I can go to this stadium, get some content, translate Spanish newspapers, interview people, I don't know, like interviewing Spanish, English. I have no shame, just like to do a lot of content for you guys. Like I would literally love that. So I don't know. That's who I want to draw. Yeah, we do always make it hard for ourselves. It's a hard roller coaster being a Chelsea fan. Batman says we were so good in defense, not sure what happened in games after United. I think the contract situation, honestly, for Rudiger and for Christensen has been playing a big part. I think Rudiger is leaving in the summer, so his mind is probably already like a bit elsewhere. And Christensen is just like so confusing because he was going to sign it and he was happy. Then he said, no, I'm not going to sign it. Then it keeps going back and forth. And I can't keep up with this saga. But I just imagine, like, especially after Thomas Tuchel spoke about it in his press conference, that it's on his mind. I don't think like Christensen is the type of player that can take that sort of criticism like from the press, and I think if you just don't know where you're going to be at the end of the season, it must be difficult. So I don't know. I think that that's playing a major part. And another major part, you don't have N'Golo Kante shielding, sniffing out the danger, doing N'Golo Kante things, and you're exposed from that midfield. We've just been so exposed. I think that, especially in that United game, I felt that we were a little too, like, not arrogant, but like we really, I don't know, like we really believed, like, I don't know, like we had a very high line and didn't really expect United to take advantage of that. And I find that since the United game, like we have been open on counter, and sometimes our worst enemy is ourselves because we will have the ball in the opposition half and it will just take like one or two passes to cut through the midfield and defense and be in on goal. And that's what we saw in the Zenit game today. Like they just bypassed our defense way too easily. And especially today, I think that for Christensen, not having the likes of somebody more senior next to him probably also affected the game as well. Well, he had Aspie, but I feel like not having Rudiger and Thiago Silva probably affected him as well. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Yeah, I agree. We're not the same after Chili's injury. Yes, this Reece James goal was absolutely iconic. Um, and just sort of reading through your comments, guys. Pranav says, we've been really frustrating to watch in these last 4 games. No quality in our depth, only quantity. Yeah, I agree. And I mean, some of these players, I was kind of surprised that they're still getting starts, like Ross Barkley, for example. I think that he's not consistent enough to play for Chelsea. And sometimes he does something really brilliant. Like I think it was the second goal that he made, like a really nice pass to Pulisic. But like, I don't know. We're missing a lot of players, guys. Like we're really missing a lot of players. I think that we're probably going to go in for Koundé again. He definitely wants Chelsea as well. And I think that we'll probably go in for like a DM. And depending on the extent of Chilwell's injury, maybe like a left back or left wing back. Yes, totally agree. Mr. Agent Sherlock says it's just a slightly bad spell because Kova, N'Golo Kante aren't fit. Midfield will be boosted. Also, Chilwell clearly being missed. Yeah, I mean, like I've been saying, just imagine not having your first team midfield is just completely injured. So we have to take these games with a pinch of salt. Of course, it's up to Thomas Tuchel, up to the players to still grind out wins because of this. But of course, it's going to be extremely difficult. And of course, like who could really foresee that all 3 of them were going to be out injured at the same time? But we definitely need to have some backup. Okay, I'm going to just I know, this is me. I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, I really thought we had won it, and I was ready to come on here in like a jolly mood, and not the situation. You know, so this is the Lampard situation happening all over again. Last December, the wheels came off. Tuchel beware. I like always get so worried when managers have bad spells because I really love Thomas Tuchel and I don't want Chelsea to sack him, and I don't think that we should. I don't think we're anywhere near that conversation at this point, but we've been so unfortunate with injuries. There's only so much that he can do. I think that we need to try to keep ourselves in the Premier League title race until January and hopefully get some backup, some reinforcements in January. And and hopefully we can grind it out. It's always really difficult to get players to come in January because clubs are less willing to let them go because they typically want them in order to try to go far in the Champions League or to secure a win or top four, whatever, for their own country. And so they don't want to let them go in the middle of the season. So I think it's going to be quite difficult to get anybody in the middle of the season, but let's see what we can do. Guys, I've been talking for almost half an hour. I'm going to put the StreamYard link into the chat, and let me do the banner as well. Where's my banner? Hold on. Banner here. So if I do this, okay, nice, it worked. Let me make sure. Okay, yes, the same. Guys, if you joined for the live call-in, like I have mentioned many times, I know it's a frustrating game. I am fully aware, but please be respectful to the players. They are just people like we are. Please, just be respectful and keep it to about 30 seconds so that other people can also join and give their opinions as well. If you're not respectful, I will have to remove you from the stream or end the stream entirely. So don't do that. With that said, we have our first caller, Nakun. Thanks for joining in.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Yeah, could be better if we hadn't given the lead up the way we did. But, a lot of people are acting as if it's the end of the world if we get Bayern. First off, it's not 100% guaranteed that we will get Bayern. We could get Ajax. We could get Lille. We could get Real Madrid. So I'm not 100%. Look, I'm not if we get Bayern, they are beatable. They are a beatable team.
Yeah.
They've lost quite a few games in their own league as well. Like, I think Mönchengladbach put 5 past them to knock them out of their version of the FA Cup. So let's not act as if Bayern are not beatable.
No, I totally agree. I think like if anybody can figure out how to be Bayern, it is Thomas Tuchel. And we saw last season, like even though we didn't do so well in the league, and I think that a lot of that comes with like facing teams that are playing a low block and defending deep. We did really well, and we beat teams in the Champions League that nobody thought that we could beat. So I love the positivity. Thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, all I wanted to say was that I still don't think Julian Nagelsmann was the right appointment for them, because I've said it in so many podcasts that he will get found out by a more experienced manager like Pep Guardiola or Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah, it totally could be. Yeah, totally.
But if I really wanted, the most favourable draw would probably be Lille. I mean, Ajax we've beaten before, but this is a rejuvenated Ajax, and they look really dangerous.
They do. Nipun, I want to give others a chance to speak, but thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
It was nice speaking to you. I think I need to get some sleep now.
Yeah, get some sleep.
2 a.m. in India.
Yeah, wow, that's dedication. All right, have a good one. Bye.
See you soon.
Bye. Hello, welcome to my channel.
Hello.
I love the setup, nice. So professional.
I'm trying. Well, yeah, it's nice to be here. I mean, I didn't know where to start, honestly. I think one positive I could say on the match today was Timo Werner. That's probably the best I could say was the most positive part. I mean, the lineup was kind of confused initially because people were like, who's going to be left wing back? I think Saul did a good job at left wing back because he had to run back and forth, which he doesn't really do. but it was good up. It was good defensively, but the crossing into the box was just atrocious. I didn't understand where his crossing boots went. I mean, he's not used to it, but still, I feel like the crossing was bad because he had to cover up for Sarr as well. Sarr was just horrible as well. I think
Yeah, he didn't.
Sarr is more of a squad player. And as Matisse said, he's like a profit player, basically. Chelsea only have him there to just play a few games. And then when maybe AC Milan or a Porto comes for a player, they could just give him in for as much as they can. Because they bought him for 0, so they could give him for 10, 15, 20 million or something. If it was up to that. But it's just like the defense today, and I think Christensen as well, was the contract is really getting to the defender's head. I mentioned this one time on Matisse's stream, was that the way the players are having contracts run out is kind of scary now, because like Cesar could leave, Rudiger could leave, Christensen could leave. It's just getting really crazy now. And if we're not careful, Jorginho could leave next season.
A lot of them are at the end of their contract. I think that plays on their minds. Like I've said, like it must be so difficult to be playing not knowing where your future is going to be, or maybe you have your head somewhere else. I do think that it plays into it. But yeah, it was lovely to meet you. I know that you've joined quite a few of my streams, so I really appreciate it, and thanks so much for hopping on.
It was nice to be here as well. Thank you.
Cool. Talk later. Bye.
Bye.
We got a comment from the guy who says, today feels like Loftus-Cheek needs to start. What's your opinion? I thought that Loftus-Cheek was going to start. The reason why I think he didn't was just he's been starting a lot of games, and Tuchel probably wanted to rest him. And I think Tuchel was also definitely looking forward to that Leeds game. And I think that Ruben Loftus-Cheek is going to start that Leeds game. And he has a history of getting injured. So he's probably just completely resting him for that game. So I understand it. Like I said, we just have so many games. It's incredibly hard to play when you have so many games in the pipeline, but we're going to get another caller in. Hello, Jonathan. Thank you for joining my channel. What are your thoughts about the game?
Well, it was just damage limitations, wasn't it? Like you said before, Tuchel was focused on Leeds. He knows he's through in the Champions League, so he's like, the people that he wants to start in the Leeds game, he obviously wanted to rest them. So, like I said, I wouldn't read too much into this game, but obviously it just highlights like how bad our situation is right now with injuries. And like, I really hope that we can get through to January. I hope we do a lot of business. I know we spend a lot of money, but hopefully we make some sales and that will generate some business. Like, do you expect some big January transfers or some exits?
I really don't, to be completely honest with you. I mean, a lot of people think that I have like inside sources, and people like message me like, oh, what's the deal on this? I have no inside sources. I have no knowledge. This is just me thinking from what I read in like articles and newspapers like The Athletic. I just think historically it's extremely hard, like I said, to bring in anybody in January, especially because these clubs are going to know that Chelsea are in an injury crisis and pretty desperate to bring in players. They're going to increase the price. Marina Granovskaya she doesn't deal with that. So I don't know. I think we might get in somebody for cover. I think the other thing is like, in the midfield, we also do have Gilmore and Gallagher out on loan, and I think that they're going to be playing for us next season as well. So I don't know who we bring in. I think the biggest thing would be reevaluating how Chilwell gets on. If it's just a partial ACL tear, it should be around 3 months recovery. If it's
Has there been no confirmation with the injury with Chilwell yet?
No confirmation yet. As far as we know, it's partial ACL, but they said that they would reevaluate in January. So I am just being on the pessimistic side and saying, what's happened with the season, and we would definitely cover that.
What's happened with Emerson? Because Saul played left back. We still have Emerson, right? Is he injured?
No, he's on loan. He's on loan.
Oh, he's on loan, is he?
Yeah, he's on loan. So maybe you recall.
So did we only enter the season with one first team left back? Then did we just have Chilwell as a left back?
Chilwell and Alonso, who was doing the backup. Yeah, and Alonso did, fair to him, he did start the season quite well. but he can't be playing week in, week out. And there's just too many games right now. We have a game every 3 to 4 days. It's just impossible for any player to be playing that amount.
Yeah.
But Jonathan, thanks so much for joining. I'm gonna let
Yeah,
some other people.
No
join
problem. It
in.
was nice seeing you again, Ellie. Even though we're not going to
Hey.
win the title, hopefully we'll still make top 4.
I hope we win the title. I really hope so. But all right, have a good one. Thanks for joining. Bye. Hello, welcome to my channel.
Hello, hi.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How about you?
Doing okay.
Yeah, just a little
good as
bit,
I
just
can
last
be.
minute upset, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I thought it's just like an extra time, right? So I thought, oh, okay, it's fine. Just like have a sit back and relax. We're gonna win this game, but I think Zenit's give a pain to us tonight. So yeah, I think for tonight's games, it's not really bad. Like in terms of what the player is being coming out, right? So for me, yeah, credit to Thomas Tuchel. Like actually, he did a really good job to to twist here and there about the tactical. So I think no, like I heard a lot of others fans like upset, and even some you can see now it's like hashtag Tuchel out. So I
I don't.
think
Yeah, that's like too much. The man just won
yeah,
us the Champions League.
yeah,
Please, like we can't just go. Who else is better than Thomas Tuchel right now? Like
yeah,
realistically,
definitely.
no one. No one is. So
Yeah,
I love
I
to have
think
a get at that.
please don't do anything to him. I think he's a very good coach. He's a very good tactician, and he also have a very good mentality, and like he's brilliant like in football. Like I totally admire him. Like since like he from Mainz, like he very have a very good in term of tactical and like like a chameleon tactical. Like that's very interesting about him. So talking about the players itself, like like Malang Sar, I think he's not like a regular player, right? So you know like last season he came from a loan and not a really competitive league from the Portugals. So he come out into the Premier League and at the same time playing in Champions League is like a different kind of levels. I know that like during at Porto he's playing in the Champions League too, but this is a different team, right? So
Yeah.
like Chelsea is in Porto is different. Other than that, other the play, I give a credit to Saul. Even a lot of fans not really agree why he's still in the lineup in the first 11. I think I think he's did a really good job. Like like this game only I can see that Saul do an attempt to the opponent's goal. So it's a good thing actually for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for joining. I really appreciate
All
you
right.
giving your thoughts. I'm gonna
Yeah.
let others join now. Cool.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Bye.
Bye. I'm just gonna go through some comments now. Mr. Agent Sherlock said, "I don't know why that like breaks my mind when I see that all together. Aspie Stefan leaving breaks my heart. Sad truth. There is hope that he does not leave yet. I am not saying that he's leaving until the news comes out from his own personal Twitter account. Like that's how I feel about that." And yeah, Gilmore's loan hasn't been great, so maybe we could recall Gilmore as well. I would love to see him get some minutes. Yeah, and told Chelsea did advance, but we were so close to getting top spot. Like I said, getting top spot doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to secure an easy opponent, but it gives you like a little bit of hope that you will. So let's see. Forza Juve says, I'm a Juventus fan. I'm wondering how it was possible Chelsea didn't win the game after they won 4-0 against Juve. This is a great question. So if anybody's watching that's not a Chelsea fan, basically Forza Juve, Chelsea are plagued with injuries at the moment. So we have N'Golo Kante out, we have Jorginho out, we have Kovacic out, and we have Ben Chilwell out with a partial at the moment ACL tear, and Trevor Chalobah is also out. So basically, our entire midfield is out. So you're having players who haven't played in those positions before. have to come into midfield. They're not defensive midfielders. They're not holding midfielders. It's a completely new role for them. So the midfield is basically getting completely overrun. And we have so many games in the Premier League. We have a game every 3 to 4 days. And so we have to rotate that back line. And what we saw today was we had a really young player with not so much experience, Malang Sarr, come into the mix. We have Christensen, who has been dealing with some contract issues, and his head might not be in the right spot. Aspie came in. Aspie hasn't been playing so many games, but I'm not too worried about him. And then you have Saul, who is not a left wing back playing at left wing back. You have Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's not a right wing back playing at right wing back. It's just like a jigsaw puzzle. When the starting 11 came out, I tweeted, I was like, I don't know who's playing in what position, because it could literally be anything at this point. It could be anything, and I cannot predict this. So that's basically what happened and why we drew today. Guys, 88 of you watching, if you would be so kind, like this video and yeah, subscribe to my channel and stuff. I don't know, like, so that other people can find my channel and watch videos. If you have any videos that you guys want to see from me, any content, please let me know in the comments as well. I fell yesterday when I was climbing, and I like hit a block, like a presa, like I hit it when I was coming down, and my chin is like, I think it's gonna get bruised or something. Like, it really hurts right now. So yeah, Peoples and Blog says the injury crisis is affecting our playing style. The current players are not good enough for the system. Barkley, Alonso, Saul, Ruben, Aspie's getting old. I mean, you just don't expect so many players, like so many backup players, to be starting a game. All right. Bummer of a result, which was down to a plethora of injuries and a complete new team. I'm not too worried because this is a blip and we can see through it. P.S. Love the Dunder Mifflin shirt, Ellie. Thank you. I'll take away the comments so you guys can see. My sister got it for me for Christmas last year, and I literally, The Office, the US version, of course, is my favorite TV show of all time. I'm not exaggerating, seen it probably 12, 15 times, something in that range. Like, I've lost count. I've seen it so many times. It's amazing. All right. I'm just gonna add, there's 2 more people waiting. Nick Blue, welcome back to my channel. How's it going?
Yeah, hi Ellie. Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, not so good after watching today's game, but not so bad either. I'm in 2 minds with this game. Before the game, I predicted the back 3. I knew Tuchel was going to rest Rudiger because he's been playing every single game, and Thiago is 37 years old, and he's saving him for the Leeds game. And I knew Saul would start. I knew Saul would start. I nearly predicted the whole team. But yeah, at the beginning, it was really good. First 20 minutes, I thought 1-0 already. This is going to be 4-0 for sure. That's what I thought. Then Zenit took over. We started losing the ball in midfield. We had no midfield and no defense today.
Yeah.
Especially Christensen. He's the reason we lost the game. Because he wasn't on it. He was giving the ball away. That last goal they scored, he practically made the goal. Good assist, actually. He headed the ball straight to the player, and you can't blame Kepa for that. For me, Kepa was man of the match today. If it wasn't for Kepa, we lose 5-3. Easy.
Yeah. It's a good point. Guys, put in the comments who your man of the match is. I'm curious. I think it's definitely between Timo Werner and Kepa. If we had won the game, I probably would have said Timo, but given that we drew the game, I think Kepa, he made some really important saves. Yeah, and he does deserve it. And the third goal, maybe he could have had a bit of a better hand on it, but it also came out of nowhere. It was a fantastic strike. So
it was 100 miles an hour, that shot.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
way. Even Mendy might have not saved it. People
yeah.
said, "Oh, if he was Mendy, he would save it." No, you don't know.
You
You
don't
can't
know.
say that.
Yeah, you just don't
But
know. But he did so much in that
pro-
game. I totally
yeah,
think that
yeah.
he deserved it.
Considering what we have, with all these injuries and a makeshift team, Tuchel done a great job. Very good. Couldn't do any better. We lost the game in the last 2 minutes from a out of the world strike. So you can't blame the team. But Saul was poor as well. He's not on. He's still. I thought he might be better. European football, but he's still a long way to go.
Yeah, no, he does. He does look off the pace, unfortunately. Like I really wanted it to work
But
out for him.
like you said, Werner was excellent. Werner
Yeah.
had his best game for Chelsea today. Lukaku is not fully there. He's still got 2 or 3 games left to get back to himself. But I trust Lukaku. He will come good. He's just had a very bad injury. People are writing him off. I'll get rid of Lukaku. I hate all this talk. Really. I'll never write the 100 million player off.
No,
Plus,
definitely. And the
he
thing is
was.
that like Lukaku has scored in like every team that he's played at, especially recently for Inter, for Belgium. I know that we haven't necessarily been playing to his strengths either, but like you said, like he's a fantastic goal scorer. So I do think he's going to come in good, and especially like you said, he's coming back from injury. So it's going to take him a while to just like get into the groove of things again. And I think that if we didn't have such an injury crisis, we probably wouldn't have even seen Lukaku because he wasn't fit against West Ham when we brought him on, and Thomas Tuchel said that. But Nick, thanks so much for joining. Thanks for your thoughts and for the support.
Yeah,
As
always,
really appreciate it.
always on your channels.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done. Well done. Yeah, good channel.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say.
Don't worry. Save it for next time.
Sorry.
Save it for next time.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for joining. Bye, Nick.
Bye.
Jeremy said Barca are into the Europa League. Wait, guys, I must see what is this live score right now. Okay, so Bayern are beating Barca 2-0. Yeah, they need Benfica, and Benfica are beating Dynamo Kiev 2-0. Yeah, that I don't see a way that they come back. They are on 8. Benfica are on 8 points. Barcelona are on 7 points. So Barcelona need a draw, but even with that, their goal difference is still too bad. So they need Dynamo Kiev to come back and draw, or they need to beat Bayern, which is probably not going to happen. So that's mad. I was hoping if we topped, like if they qualified, if we would play Barcelona, because I haven't been to Barcelona yet since I've lived in Spain for 3 years. And I really wanted to go, but anyways. Raleigh says, Ellie, what do Chelsea do in your opinion to avoid getting results in games like this? I mean, I think like the back was just so open, the midfield was open. Like I've said, it's just I find it very hard in games like this. I really, really find it hard because we are just playing with a lot of players that haven't played together before. They're playing out of position. It's very hard to execute when you are just thrown into a team, when you're thrown into a different position. You don't have chemistry with the players, and the subs were just brought on. It was just a lot. I think how do you avoid games like this? You avoid injuries to your first team players and have everybody who is a starting player start and rotates the squad accordingly. But it's just so many changes at once because that's what we have. Anto says Chelsea has to sign Jules Koundé next season. I think we will. It was really disappointing that we didn't sign him this season because he wanted. I think he actually kind of like spoke about it on Twitter as well. So I think we will sign him, and I think that will be a good signing for us. But let's see. Leb says, where are you from? I'm from New York. Actually going to visit my family on Friday. So I'll be flying. So I think I'll still do some stuff for Leeds, but Friday I'll be out of commission and I'll have a different background, and you'll probably hear people, my family, coming in. If there's anything that you guys want to see from New York, let me know. I'll be going into the city, maybe like a day or two to see all the Christmas stuff. So I'm excited about that. Oh my god, I can't wait to watch this. Mr. Agent Sherlock said Tuchel just blew up in his post-match conference. Go watch. Guys, please give me a link how I can like rewatch this press conference. Is it on like the 5stand app? Let me know. I need to see this. He must be fuming. He's going to be fuming on the ride back to London, I imagine. I really want to see this. Vive el Fútbol says, greetings, my Chelsea friends, from a Chelsea fan in Mexico or México. Bienvenido. Bienvenido, y podemos hablar español si quieres. Yo puedo hablar español y además debería practicar más. And this is, if there's one team I hate in football, is Bayern Munich. Yeah, well, I really feel like it's in the stars that we're going to draw them. But like I said, I feel that I really, really want to draw. Well, not like really, really want, because I think the best thing for us is if we draw somebody from Group H, whoever ends up qualifying. And let me just look at who's winning currently. So Salzburg Sevilla is 0-0 and Wolfsburg Lille is 1-0. So as things stand, it would be Lille who we would be playing from Group H, and I think we could beat them. So as things stand right now, Chelsea could draw Ajax, Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, or Lille in the round of 16. So 50-50 chance of drawing Real Madrid or Bayern. Gonna be a difficult one, but let's see. Wait, somebody said Tuchel's press conference is in the above link. Where above link? Did I miss a comment? I don't see anything. Anyways, let me know, guys. Let me know. Alrighty. It's almost 10 o'clock. I have not had dinner. Oh, Nick says it's on YouTube, the Chelsea FT channel. Perfect. I'll be watching that. But guys, it's almost 10 o'clock. I have not had dinner yet. I need to go eat something, and I've been talking for almost an hour, but I really hope that you guys enjoyed this post-match reaction to the best that you can, because I know that wasn't the best of games, but honestly, I'm glad that we qualified, and that's it. If you like this video, please drop it a like, subscribe to my channel. I know I say it a lot, but it means the world when you do. And let me know what other content you want to see. Yeah, let me know what other videos, if you guys prefer the live format or if you prefer uploaded videos. That was super important for me because I want to be providing like useful and fun content for you guys. So let me know in the comments here, in the comments on my channel, or on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Just let me know. And yeah, hope that you guys have a good rest of your day, evening. And yeah, I'll see you probably Saturday-ish. I don't know, because I'm flying and traveling and things are a mess. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Until next time, I'm out. Bye.